Welcome to the Sportscast, episode number 7, Children and Teens in Locksport. In today's episode, I've got an update on Starrylock, TOOOL is looking for DefCon Presenters, Children and Teens in Locksport, another Blackbelt, and some exclusive giveaway information. All right, so a little administrative stuff here on the state of the podcast to start off with. The show is still in a little bit of flux. I'm trying to figure out the best format and how to tweak the audio so it sounds a little better. I'm not really happy with the quality I'm putting out, but I'm not going to point out what the problems are because then you will fixate on them. So you may see some changes from week to week in the way it sounds and the order things appear in for a little bit. I apologize if it's a little confusing, but I'm just trying to figure out what works best. I'm trying to develop the show in a way that produces good quality, easy to listen to, but without a lot of post-production work, and hopefully that will allow me to continue to do the show long-term without overburdening me, and also maybe from time to time I might be able to do it live. Because of my current schedule, the process of preparation, recording, and editing means that I need to cut off the show for new news Friday, because I usually do my recording Saturday morning, unless it's like today where I worked Saturday and I'm doing it Saturday evening. I think I'm technically prepared now to have guests and do interviews. I think I have everything in place that would allow that to happen. If you have any suggestions of who you would like to be interviewed, that would be great. I'm not sure I'm personally prepared to do it. It's well outside of my comfort zone, but I guess there's no better way to get comfortable with it than to just jump in and do it. So if you know of anybody that you would like to hear interviewed on the podcast, just drop me an email at podcast@locksportscast.com. And this next part I'm going to get through real quick. The podcast has a Patreon page now. Don't feel obligated to become a patron, but it's there if you're interested. There's only one subscription tier. It's $5 a month. You get access to the episodes early if I happen to get them done early. There's going to be some bonus content and behind the scenes content. You also will get a producer credit on the shows that month, and for every month you're subscribed, and a shout out on the show as a producer. The bonus and behind the scenes stuff that's going on there is going there because I'm a little too self-conscious to put it out for the general public to just see, but I felt, somebody might want to see it. So I put it up there. That kind of keeps it locked up for people that are only really interested in seeing it. It might seem a little silly to some of you, but it's kind of an important deal to me. Like I said, I'm quite self-conscious about all of this. Otherwise, I just wouldn't post it anywhere. So if I'm going to put it anywhere, it's there where somebody has to really want to see it to get to it. And just to be clear, this podcast will always be free. I'm not expecting anybody to pay for the podcast. You don't have to donate. You don't have to become a patron. I'm not trying to pressure anybody. I just put it out there. It's there. And also, any financial contributions will not get you entries into giveaways or increases your chance of winning in any way. I don't do raffles. I do giveaways. In Community Locksport news this week, Starrylock sent me an email, and he told me I could share it with you guys, so I'm just going to read it here. It says, "Hello all. I wanted to clear up any confusion on why I'm on hiatus. It's not a health situation, it's purely time. I am currently working an 8-hour day, driving 2 hours, working 2 or 3 hours on the daily business of my father's estate, sleeping, then the next morning driving 2 hours back to my full-time job, rinse, repeat 5 days a week, and it leaves little time to do anything else. Hope that clarifies things for everyone. I'm sorry for the suddenness of it all, but time. Take care, everyone. I hope to be back once things settle. Starrylock." And got an email from Pocket Woman And she says, firstly, due to Starrylock taking an immediate hiatus from YouTube channel, the Pocket Woman channel will be taking over the weekly Shout Out Monday series until further notice. No word at the moment on the current status of the giveaway part that was going with that, but I'm going to guess it's on hiatus until Starrylock comes back. And just for a refresher, the Shout Out Monday series is a weekly series that features a small Locksport channel that has less than 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And she also wanted to let everybody know that the Pocket Woman channel has reached 400 subscribers on YouTube, and she wants to thank the Locksport community for their continued encouragement and support of women in Locksport. I received some information from Reed Witt. He has a YouTube channel, and he makes knives and picks locks. He's letting everybody know that he just recently started a Discord server for young pickers. He's 15 and a purple belt picker, and he made the Discord to help young pickers and encourage them to grow their skills, but also to make sure they are doing the right things because younger people always have wild ideas. If you are under 18 and interested in joining, I'm going to have you contact him on his channel for the invite link because the ones I got weren't working for some reason. I don't know if it's because I'm over 18 and he's got some sort of weird restriction on there or what, but I couldn't get I was trying to test them to make sure that the one he was giving me was correct and they weren't working. So I'm just going to send you to his channel, which is linked in the show notes, and you can request one from him if you are under 18. I received a note from Jimmy Longs that TOOOL put out a call for content for DefCon. It says, TOOOL is once again proud to be hosting DefCon's Lockpicking Village. An important part of the Lockpicking Village is the many informative talks hosted throughout the weekend. And with DefCon entering online-only safe mode, this content is more crucial than ever. To that end, we are excited to officially open our call for content. If you have a Locksport-themed talk or presentation, please submit it below. And I will link the form in my show notes. And I saw an announcement on the Lockpickers United Discord. We have a new black belt picker. The announcement read, "Congratulations to our newest black belt at Jerks, Jercx. He has picked the EVA 3KS and the dreaded Miwa PR. He also demonstrated proficiency in safecracking and started a lockpicking group in his area, which is currently over 170 members. That's a big group. Congratulations. That's no small feat. Great job. I want to thank everyone who contributed news to this episode and to everyone that shared this podcast with others. Those are the most important things you can do to support the podcast, and every little bit helps. I have several people to thank for this episode. This week, I had an amazing number of emails and messages, and I can't thank you guys enough. It really makes my life a lot easier when people are really active sending me information. I really appreciate it, and I think this community is great. So, producers for this show. Links to everyone who has a channel on YouTube or something else they want you to see will be in the show notes below. Pocket Woman doing the Shout Out Monday series. We've got Lockhack. He's got a very active channel. He's only been on since May, but he's got like over 30 videos. So Culper Woodhull, excellent picker and just an all-around great guy. You should really go check his channel out. And while you're at it, check out his kids' accounts. I'll have links for those in the show notes also, and we'll talk about those a little more later. Reed Witt, who's a purple belt picker and also makes some really cool custom knives. Starrylock, he's on hiatus right now, but he will be back, so check out his channel for any content he has there that you might be interested in, and subscribe if you haven't already. Dusty and Windy, he's also a very active channel. He's only been around for about a month. He's got like 22 vids. Panda Frog, we'll discuss him more in the giveaway section. And Rook Knight, who's also very active in the community, and his channel's growing quite fast, so you should go check him out. Then we have, some of these are from Discord, some of these are from Reddit. We have Jimmy Longs, Bodhisattva Picking, Red Tupperware, Risky Management, and Spooky Lock Picker. And I have a special shout out to Culper Woodhull, and also, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's Mokdtex. He has a YouTube channel too, currently 23 subs. You should go check out his stuff. Those two gave me public shout outs for the channel, which really helps me get the channel to grow. So thank you very much. And the usual quick reminder, if you get value from this podcast, please help support it. The things you can do to support it, pretty much in order of importance: send in news, links, events, giveaways, anything that you might think I could use in the podcast. You can send them to podcast@thelocksportscast.com or any of the other contact methods listed in the show notes or at support.thelocksportscast.com. Share the podcast with your lockpicking friends or on any social media group that you happen to be a part of that is involved in lockpicking. If you share it, that would be great. It'll also get you an entry into my giveaway if you let me know about it. Leave a review on your favorite podcast listening platform. If you have an app that you listen on and it allows reviews, leave a review. Or you can go to Apple Podcasts and leave a review. That helps too. It helps bring people to the podcast who might be slightly outside the normal community. And lastly, you can subscribe to Patreon or donate via PayPal, but no pressure there. I'm more interested in information. All right, on to the main topic. After getting the email from Reed Witt about his Discord for under 18 pickers, I received an email from Dusty and Windy talking about how he got into picking and picking with his daughter, which we'll share a little more of later. Then I saw a video of Culper Woodhull's daughter on her new channel, Missy Lockpicker. She's like 6 and she's picking locks already. She has her white belt. She was just awarded her white belt, so she's now officially a lockpicking kid. And speaking of lockpicking kid, his son has a YouTube channel, Lockpicking Kid, so you can go check that out. I'll have links to all those, again, in the show notes. And all this got me thinking about children in Locksport. My son, personally, my older son is off and away. My younger son, he really shows no real interest in Locksport. So I put up a post on Reddit. It wasn't really well thought out or worded, but it did get some interesting responses. I basically asked a few questions about, do people there teach their kids to pick? Do they pick with their kids? Did they start picking before they were 18? Do they have any stories of picking with their kids? And I had a quick poll. The poll was not well thought out, but I did get 216 votes. 80% of those said they had started picking themselves before they were age 18. And there was only 14 that said, I think it's wrong to teach children to pick. I'll read a few selected comments from Dusty and Windy. It's basically an abbreviated version of what he told me in his email. Looking for an activity that my daughter and I could do together had a lot to do with me getting into Locksport myself. It didn't go over as well as I had hoped at first, but after seeing me do it for a few months, she decided to give it a real try. I am coming at it as a hobby rather than training for some future world where it's a tool for survival. We solve puzzles instead of defeating obstacles, and it's all for fun. And I think anything that you can find, any common interest you can find with your children, any activity you can do with them is fantastic. And I wholeheartedly support that. Then there was a comment from Bodhisattva Picking. He said, my son is currently too young to start learning. He's a couple of weeks away from his first birthday. I do want to eventually teach him, but it will be a topic of discipline, like knowing how to use a knife, handle a gun, chop firewood, etc. So I can be more sure that I've done my due diligence to keep my son safe and out of avoidable trouble. And Reed Tupperware replied to his statement saying, I feel like I have to make sure my kids can handle it and make sure they would not use it for illegal things. In my opinion, picking locks is not an essential skill, unlike learning how to use a knife, which I will have to teach eventually. If I feel they cannot handle it, or they may pick locks illegally, then I might not tell them about it. I don't necessarily agree with that opinion myself, but my reply to you, Bodhisattva Picker's post was, I like what you said about treating it like learning to use a knife, axe, or gun. We also teach our children to control a multi-ton road missile at about 15. They need to learn discipline, control, and respect, or they can get themselves into trouble in most areas of life. And I think that pretty much sums up my viewpoint on it. There are a lot of things we let our kids do, we teach our kids to do, that can get them in as much trouble or more trouble than picking locks. And it may not be an absolutely necessary skill, but so are a lot of the things we teach them or let them do. Just my 2 cents. Another comment left was by Risky Management. My 2 older boys, 10 years and 12 years in age, have picked some locks. They have a small single pick and torsion wrench that's homemade. I pick locks about once a month, just enough to do relatively easy ones and not enough to become a real master. Of course, both boys have shotguns, used knives, and made fire. I asked him specifically, did the boys help make the pick and the tension wrench? Because I was curious. He said both picks and tension wrench were made from some metal and old wiper blades. We filed the picks to about the right size and cut and bent the tension wrench. They didn't do it all, but they did help. And I think that's great. If you're teaching them how to make tools, you're really giving them a generalized skill. It even goes beyond learning to lockpick with you. They're learning to make tools with you, and I think that is fantastic. Spooky Lockpicker commented, my son is currently 9, has some basic skills. He doesn't have the focus or attention span to get into anything but the most basic locks. We have had some fun with it, but he's still a little young to really get into it. He does watch picking videos with me sometimes. I'm not worried about it at all. I really don't think he will use the skills for nefarious purposes. Even if he does turn into a little delinquent, I haven't taught him anything that he couldn't learn on YouTube in 10 minutes. That is an excellent point. The information is out there. The genie's out of the bottle. You can't put her back in. Most people who spend any amount of time on YouTube are going to run across Lockpicking Lawyer and Bosnian Bill and fall into that rabbit hole if they have any interest. So at least if we start teaching them, then we have the opportunity to teach them the ethics and the rules that go along with it and hopefully guide them in the right direction. Some information I found from manufacturers, just rooting around on the internet myself. Just to be clear, none of these are sponsors. I'm not endorsing these products either. I'm just sharing what I found. Packlock USA shared on Instagram a post that said, testers needed. If you own an RV or trailer and will be camping in the near future, click the link in our bio for a chance to test our new lock that replaces your existing cam lock and can be keyed into existing pack locks. I'll have a link to that Instagram post in the show notes if you fit that bill and want to give them a hand testing out some locks. There are a couple of sales I ran across. Southord has one running through the end of July, and it's 30% off all products with the code Liberty2020. I'll have that information in the show notes. Commando Locks says, in response to the impact of COVID-19, all locks are 15% off and free shipping. Use the coupon code WECAN15, and I'll have that information in the show notes below. If you have any other coupon codes or deals that you know about that you think the community should know about, send them in. I will put them on the podcast. I've reached out to a few different manufacturers, pick companies, lock companies, to see if I could get some information to share with you guys, but they've all ignored me except for one, and that hasn't resulted in any information yet. Now on to the giveaway section. I've got a few new ones and a few exclusives here. So Lockhack says, I'm doing a Picking for Good giveaway this month. It will end 7/25/2020. The rules, you have to be a subscriber, and there's 2 ways to enter. You either make a video with the hashtag Picking for Good, where you mention the contest and link his channel and the original video in the description of your video. It would be best if it were a video about lock picking, but it could just be a short one where you mention the contest and include the links. Or the other way to enter is you can make a donation to either a food bank or the World Health Organization and email him some proof that you did it. That can be either a screenshot of the donation with, obviously with sensitive information blacked out, confirmation email after you send the donation, or maybe a picture of the envelope with the stamp on it and the address for the charity that you're mailing it to. And I'll have a link to his giveaway announcement video in the description, just in case you have any questions on how to get that going. Next giveaway information is from Culper Woodhull. He is running 2 giveaways currently, but he hasn't given the rules out publicly yet. And he's given the rules to me and said I can share them on the podcast early to give my audience a head start. So here we go. For the first one, you may have already heard about the actual giveaway. If not, you should go check out his channel, and the link to the giveaway announcement video will be in the show notes. But he's given away 6 Masterlock 410s and a beautiful handmade pick made by, and I don't know how to say this, so I'm just going to say how it's spelled, 2BDCY4D. That's the username. He will be picking one of the locks every Tuesday for a lot of Lock Tuesday, and he's already started. Once he gets the 6th one open, he will announce the requirements for the giveaway, but he hasn't yet, and he won't announce them until the 6th video. That 6th video, if everything stays on schedule, should be the 11th of August. However, he's given permission for me to announce the rules here on the Lock Sportscast. So here's the rules. You have to be in the Locksport community. He doesn't want people swooping in to steal this beautiful pick and these locks that aren't really part of the community, aren't into lock picking. To that end, you need to make a video on your own channel. This proves that you're part of the community and that you're into picking locks, so he knows that these locks and the beautiful pick are going to someone that's going to actually use it. It also helps, hopefully, jumpstart your YouTube channel. Get you to be part of the community, get you out there making some videos. He understands if you just make a silent video where you don't speak, that's fine. As he says, he started the same way, so it's okay if your video is a silent video too. You have to like and comment on that 6th video of his and make sure you're subscribed to him. And in the title of your video, you have to use the hashtag 2BPickGiveaway. That's 2BravoPickGiveaway. All one word. He's going to plan to announce the winner on the 14th of August, so just a few days after that video. So you got about a month head start. The other giveaway he's working on, he is working right now on picking a Medico on camera. Once he picks that Medico successfully on camera, that starts a giveaway where he is giving away one Medico original on his channel. The requirements for that, which he also has not announced, you have to be a member of the Locksport community already established on YouTube, or he has to know you from Lockpickers United. You have to like and comment on the video and subscribe if you aren't already. In your comment, you have to use the word rotate, as in turn, rotate, somewhere in the comment, in a word, or in a complete sentence. Kind of like when I was doing my Pack Lock a Month giveaway. Just use it in a complete sentence in the comment that you leave on that video. And thank you very much, Culper, for doing this. Just so everybody knows, I didn't ask for this. He volunteered this. He's just a great guy, and he's giving me some exclusive information and giving you guys a jump start on his giveaways. And Panda Frog is still doing his Mini Panda Frog giveaway until Mini Panda Frog is born. So make sure you get over and check out his giveaway video. I'll have the link in the show notes. Basic premise is you have 4 chances to win. You guess the birthday, the birth weight, the birth size, and he's going to draw 1 random winner. And it ends the day Mini Panda Frog is born. So get over there and check it out. Rook Knight has extended the deadline on his giveaway, which I believe originally was the 17th, but he's extended it to the 24th. So you'll still have a couple of days after you hear this to get over there, check out the rules, and get entered. Link in the show notes. I'm still holding my Charles Builds Crap / the Lock Sportscast Pack Lock a Month giveaway. I have several entries now because the way you get entered is by providing me with information or sharing the podcast. All the rules will be in the show notes and also on the webpage giveaway.thelocksportscast.com if you want to check that out. Remember, this podcast needs your support. You can support the podcast in one of the following ways, listed in order of importance. Send me any information you have that is Locksport related, even if you don't think it's important. It might just be the bit of information I need. If not, no harm done. Share the show with your lockpicking friends, either online or in person. The more people that are listening and the more people that contribute, the better the show can be. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts or whatever your favorite podcasting app is, and that will help other people find the podcast there. And last, and definitely least, you can subscribe on Patreon or donate via PayPal, but there is no requirement to do so. If you support the show, I will give you a shout out. So if you have a YouTube channel, blog, or anything like that, be sure to let me know.
Do I look bothered?
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.